Hey everyone, welcome back to Great Sports Debates. We're getting out our week 11 picks early. That's Monday morning / Sunday night for members. The generic picks here will be available for everyone Monday night. We had another big week, raking in thousands of dollars. Members see it all the bets, bet size, everything. So if you're a fan, beyond just the straight bets and scores of teasers, props, parlays, every single bet we do every week, that's all available. Hit that join button, or I'll probably have it pinned at the top of the comments. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into this week's betting rounds with a really good for a change matchup on Thursday Night Football. We got the Bengals at the Ravens. Now, these are two of the hardest teams for me to really figure out. I thought Cincinnati hit their stride and went against my gut, picked them to beat Houston in a teaser bet that was the one leg that kind of crushed it. And Baltimore, I watched a good chunk of the first half of that game, and they seem to be winning handily. And from what I've seen of Cleveland's offense, I thought that was over. I didn't see any of the second half, and somehow they came back and got smacked. So both these teams are coming off a loss. I like both teams still. I definitely trust Baltimore more, especially at home. They've shown more over the course of the season. The line is moving and getting a little more friendly, so curious. It seems like more of the money is on Cincinnati as the spread is shrinking. I saw it go from -4 to -3.5. So I would probably avoid there or look to bet on the over, currently at 46. I think there's a good chance that they go over 46. So if I did bet this game, I'm probably going with the over there on Thursday Night Football. Again, for members, if we do make another bet, you'll see that there, or we'll add that in. Starting the Sunday slate, we got Dallas at Carolina. Now, last week, the line opened up against the Giants as -16. And, well, I normally look at that as a scary number. I told people, hey, I'm definitely leaning Dallas -16. Too big of a number, not crossing enough key numbers to tease, but, you know, worth at least a unit to check out Dallas -16. Which eventually wound up going to, I want to say, -17.5. So when I saw they were playing Carolina, I was like, God, this might be close to 20. But surprisingly enough, I've seen the line from like 10 to 11. So definitely leaning Dallas here. There's a better play that we actually did do for multiple units that you can check in your pro membership there. But I like Dallas to win this game big. Okay, another tough game with teams that are tough to figure out. We got Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I know Pittsburgh won the first game. I thought Cleveland outplayed them for the most part. I do want to give the Steelers credit. I know some people make it seem like I'm saying they're lucky all the time. I don't feel like they have a consistently strong offense, and neither team does. Although I got to watch the second half of this Ravens-Cleveland game because I'm being told Watson was really good in the second half and went on a nice run. So, you know, that would maybe be his second good half of football in a year and a half. So, not sure what's going on there. Obviously, we know at one time he did have that ability to be elite. I've kind of given up on that at this point. But I like Cleveland by the slightest edge. Obviously, if we bet this game, I'd take Pittsburgh in the points, but this one's probably going to be an avoid for me. Line currently sitting at 4, and there might be a bet we had on the membership for this game, but I don't remember off the top of my head. You'll have to take a look at that. Next up, we got the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Detroit should just smack Chicago, honestly. And I would like it if they actually took a play out of the Raiders book and just hand the ball off more. I think they put themselves in some tough situations and they got away with it, the Chargers. they just need to hand the ball off more. The amount of chunks that they're getting running the ball, they can really grind down and demoralize the defense, as well as give their defense a rest. And, you know, remember their identity. You know, everyone wants to say this explosive offense. We want a run, attack, play action type of offense out of the Lions, and I think that's when they're strongest. So I would definitely lean Lions -9 here, but we did have a multiple unit play here that you want to check out on the pro level membership. Again, it's only $5 a month, and when you're betting thousands of dollars on multiple games, it's really a drop in the bucket. Next up, we got Arizona and the Texans. I thought the line was going to be bigger here. I had -5.5. I want to say it might have went down to 4. So I'm definitely watching this game. Not one I bet yet, but you know, if this line continues to get smaller, I'll definitely jump on the Texans for at least a unit or so. I definitely think they're the far superior player, despite whatever upside Arizona has with Kyler Murray returning. Texans are just a better team. Next up, we got the Raiders at Miami. This should be a double-digit beatdown. Don't let the coaching hype fool you with, you know, they've railed off 2 wins in a row. You know, look who they beat and how they beat them and how they played. They should get smacked by Miami because the Raiders' offense is just not that good, and Miami's going to score on their defense. So I see big win. Miami 31-19. We got multiple bets on this. Check out the pro level membership to see everything that we have available for Miami because it's a lot. All right, next up we got the G-Men at Washington. This is one I looked at right away. I figured I would be betting on Washington. And then I was surprised to see that the line was 10. Considering the G-Men beat them earlier in the year, but I guess, you know, everyone's just kind of looking, finally decided, like, hey, the Giants had 0 offense. They got probably the worst offensive line in football. They're on their 3rd string quarterback. And, well, Sam Howell is hit and miss, and he looks really good. He doesn't show it enough for me to be consistent or happy. I threw out a score, 10-18. Not a lot of faith in either of them. I'm back and forth which way I want to lean in this game, which means it's one I just need to avoid. But, you know, as always, keeping the eye on the number, looking at props, and looking for any other options that might be worthwhile to bet. This is probably the game. I don't want to say it's the game I like the best, but just off the straight line, I'm really surprised. And I get the Chargers are on the road, but I mean, they essentially play on the road every week. They have one of the worst fan bases, and they're only -3 against Green Bay. I mean, I think the Chargers are going to score at will on Green Bay, and I don't know that Green Bay can keep up. I got Chargers winning by about 10 points, and they're only 3-point favorites. So probably worth at least 2 units to hammer this one. I really like it. Next up, we got the Titans at the Jags. I don't remember the line off the top of my head here, but we did have a bet that I have noted. So see the pro membership level bet for this. But as you see, I like the Jags winning big, and not really a big fan of Tennessee. Another game that I see is a big beatdown. San Francisco looks like they're back. I mean, all Brock Purdy has to do is not make any crazy mistakes and keep his errant throws to a minimum. He's going to have time. And just like I said for the Raiders and the Lions, the 49ers sometimes forget because they have so many weapons. They need to be a run-first team, and that's when they're going to have a lot of success. But this is a loaded roster. I still really don't understand the 3-game losing streak, but I like the 49ers to win here big, and we do have some bets on this as well. Next up, we got the Jets at Buffalo. I got burned on this one in week 1. I figured Buffalo would win. I'm thinking that they're going to win. I got a similar score here. Again, I like Buffalo to win 23-16. I'd like to see how they perform on this Monday before I posted this video because they've definitely been a disappointing team, but the Jets' offense is just really bad, and despite how good their defense is, you know, assuming that Josh Allen doesn't have a Josh Allen type meltdown game, they should be able to score some points here. All right, we're getting to the end of the slate here. We got another one. This is tricky. I don't really know where I want to go with this. Back and forth a lot. I got Seattle winning a close game, 23-21. I'm definitely taking points here. If I bet on this, I'm going with the Rams and points, assuming you know, Matt Stafford is healthy and their injuries are looking okay. You know, if he's not back, or you know, he's got something on his thumb, or you know, he doesn't look all the way, I'm just going to complete avoid. But this is a number that could grow, and it might be an interesting one, or worth a unit if we get to the 3+ range for the Rams. All right, everyone's went from saying I was overrating Minnesota when they were 1-4 and you know 0-3 to now they're a top 10 team, allegedly a top 10 defense. Let's see what they got. You know, maybe I have them a little too low at 15. You know, could be, but let's see him do it for a while. You know, this is going to be Dobbs' 3rd game. I'm picking them again to win here. I'm betting on them again here. So I really don't get all the hate from Vikings fans because look at my picks. I made bets on Minnesota the last couple of weeks and multiple other weeks. So we're with the Vikings. Let's let them do a little more and we'll keep bumping them up. You know, they'll work their way up there. But I got them winning at Denver 27-23. I think they were even getting points in this game, so it was kind of weird. But I definitely like Minnesota a lot here in this game. And I believe that's Sunday Night Football this week. And finally wrapping it up, this is the big one. We got the Eagles and the Chiefs. This is going to decide a lot when we're talking about power rankings, teams we think can win it all. I know that the Eagles are on the road. I was still surprised that they were getting 2.5 points. So we got a couple of bets with that in the pro level membership. I think the Eagles can win this game outright. So, you know, look for some alternate lines or maybe somewhere that gets you comfortable. And maybe this is one that you actually want to bet Eagles on. But keep an eye on that number or look to get an adjusted number. 2.5 might not be enough to make you get on the line, but we definitely had something here on the pro level membership worth a couple of units that you might enjoy. So that about wraps it up for our picks this week. As always, and I know you will, let me know what you think in the comment section, but please, let's not add comments that don't add any value. You know, if you think I'm dumb, that's great. But don't just tell me I'm dumb. Tell me why I'm dumb and what you would do and who you have picked where. So for week 11, we got buys for the Saints, the Colts, the Patriots, and the Falcons. So kind of the opposite of last week. Pretty much 4 teams nobody really wants to watch. Sorry if that's your home team, but not really the greatest teams. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. I really appreciate the guys that provide the feedback, even though sometimes, you know, you might not like the response. Let's just keep being real and building this thing together, making each other money, and thanks for watching and supporting the show.